Hey guys, it's Kama Streets, Kampala TV 23. Thank you for everyone for commenting, subscribing and sharing. Guess what guys, we have 103 subscribers in just 3 months. And congratulations to all of us, my family and everyone on this YouTube. Everyone is my family and thank you guys. Today I have a surprise. It's a new edition. It's weekend in summer. It's midsummer, right?
It's midsummer.
Yeah, it's midsummer. So I have a surprise for you guys. She's going to introduce herself to you guys, the name, what she does and everything. Hey, what's up?
Hey, yes. So I'm PETROLARSON or PETROLARSON, DJ and dancer. And well, that's basically it for now.
Where are you from?
I'm from Sweden.
Sweden.
I'm from just around like a little bit outside Malmö.
Yeah, where in Malmo? Can you tell someone who doesn't know exactly in Malmo where, or someone who is in Malmo, which area are you from exactly?
No, I'm not from Malmö. I'm from the countryside.
Where
I'm
exactly?
Eslöv.
Eslöv.
Yes.
Wow. So you were born in Eslöv. When did you come to Malmo?
I've been living in Malmö for the last, 12, 15 years. It's been a bit. And before that, I lived in Lund. I studied. And then I've been living in Stockholm a bit and in Kalmar, in Småland, and in Italy.
You lived in Italy before?
Yes, when I was younger. Yeah, when I was in my 20s.
What did you go to do to Italy?
I study Italian. I wanted to learn Italian.
So that means you speak Italian?
Yes, sì che parlo italiano.
Wow, you hear that? So that's nice, that's nice. How did you find Malmo? How is Malmo for you?
Well, Malmö has always been there. Like I say, I'm from the countryside, not far from Malmö. So Malmö has always been the city where we go for big things, like the
nice.
Stores, the stuff.
If someone is in Stockholm, someone is in Lund, someone is in Helsingborg, how can you attract them to come to Malmo?
Well, the thing about Malmö is that it's a big city but it's in a small size. So you get a lot of the metropolitan feeling, a lot of mixed cultures, a lot of diversity, and a range of things. Like things to do if you want to go clubbing, if you want to do, there's different things. But it's still a small city, so there's it's easy to get around, but also I think that it's not so big causes more interaction.
There is more interaction with people.
Yeah, because in Stockholm you can just stay in your lane, kind of. You can just be on your, like, one of the islands or like in the suburb or like
in your area.
Yeah. You just do your thing and you basically don't have to see anyone that's not like you.
And it's close to Copenhagen.
Well, that's of course one big plus.
Yeah, guys. So you got to know her. This is Malmo. It's our city. We are enjoying it. So we're gonna get to our questions. We get to know her, what she does, what she really do. So you said you are a dancer and at the same time you are a DJ.
Yes.
So we're gonna start with one part.
Yeah, that's easier.
Another, because you have two careers at the same time.
Yeah.
That's good. So should we start with dancing or?
I think
DJ?
it's up to you. But
It's up to you. Okay, we're going to start with the DJ part. So we want to know, when did you start being a DJ?
I started, oh my God, that's 2001 or something like that.
2001,
I was living in Lund at a student association, and I was bored with only men
Around you.
playing.
Yeah.
There was always a guy with his, he brought a box of vinyls and CDs, and he was a man playing men, always. And me and another girl named Petra, actually, we stormed to the administration and said, like, we want a DJ too. And they said, oh, of course, when do you want to start? Because it was that kind of place. So we started, and that's how I started. And that was like pop, rock, punk. It was completely different. And like I say, it was CDs and vinyls. And then there was the whole era of downloading. So we were burning CDs. So it took a while for me to find Serato, to start using turntables for like a little bit of scratching and mixing, and by then I was doing mostly hip hop.
So you were doing hip hop, but now you're doing hip hop and what?
Now I mostly play Afrobeats and dancehall reggae. But of course there's always hip hop and R&B because it's in my heart. It's life, yes, of course.
So when you started with your friend, you say that you wanted to DJ. Is she still a DJ now?
No. She disappeared pretty quickly. Actually, I've been DJing with different people all the time, but they tend to like,
Disappear.
yeah, they just, it's a side thing for them, but I guess it's a passion for me, so I kept doing it.
So who is that one DJ that inspires you?
Well, actually, here in Malmö, I've been following Frida Irave a lot. In the beginning, I was like, when I found out about her, I was like following her on Instagram, and I showed up at her gigs looking at what she was doing. Now I know her, so that's why I'm laughing, because we're friends now.
Funny, yeah?
But it was like,
You are peeping on her stuff.
yeah, I felt like a stalker when we got to
Yeah.
know each other. I was like,
Oh my God.
I know who you are, you have no idea who I am.
It's an inspiration that
Yes.
forces you to go and check on
And then I also started, like when I started getting into Afrobeats, and also around that time I decided I really wanted to be a DJ. I wanted to do this well. Before that I was more like, this is fun. I'm just gonna play some tunes. But at that point I was like, we were playing mostly in Lund, and I was like, I want to play in Malmö for a crowd that wants to hear the music I'm playing. Like I want to be in the right place. So I started going to actually Bobo Karim's and King Lion's parties.
May his soul rest in peace.
Yes, always. Yeah, I miss him a lot. But he was also one of the people that really encouraged me. Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. So I want to see how.
Oh,
what
sorry,
ma-
one more.
Yeah. Okay.
But she's not DJing that much anymore. But
Yeah.
Vanessa Marco, DJ Nene, it's been a big inspiration for me.
For you,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, what is the period, the gap period you have been doing this DJ?
The period.
Since you started on that day when you were in school and you're like, I want to be a DJ, girls have to be a DJ, not only man.
Well,
up to
basically,
now.
you're asking how old I am. I feel I'm old. No, it has to be like, what did I say, 2001 or something? So it's like 20
years.
20
yeah.
plus years, yes.
Wow.
But I mean, like, I feel I'm only like proud
Proud,
of
yeah.
the last 7.
7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said before when you're starting, it was CDs.
Yeah.
You have to go to the library, get the music. But now everything changed.
Yes.
You understand? It's the digital era. You can stay home, download the music, prepare yourself. What do you think about before DJing and now?
Honestly, it's a lot easier to be a DJ today. And if you want to be a DJ, just go for it. Just start, because it's not hard. The basics.
The basics now.
And you can even use like streaming services, like not Spotify, but Tidal, and an app, so you don't even have to buy the music or download it, or like, illegally maybe take it from in some way. So it's different for sure.
different.
And a lot changed when I I moved to first the Serato, that is a way to play MP3s, digital songs. And then eventually when I started using the DJ controller, because I was using turntables.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
long time,
yeah, but also
Yeah.
because it's nice, because
Yeah,
there's
it's nice,
another
yeah.
feeling to it.
Feeling.
And that's the thing, like, it's easier, but I also feel it's sometimes losing a little bit of
value.
like the craftsmanship. Like the older DJ, people
older,
that
it's
know,
much more feeling in
the
it,
people
yeah.
that know how to scratch, how to handle vinyls and change them. Like, because
Yeah.
I never done that. I just used the Serato and vinyls.
Yeah.
That's different.
So you
That's
like
an art. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a form of art, really.
form of art, yeah.
But that's something else.
So you feel like there is something missing?
No, I don't think there's something missing. I just say it's different, and I really, really respect the people that know how to do it old school.
Also.
Yeah.
That's nice. Wow. But do you think because everything is changing, do you think they are making it more softer or they are making it more easier?
Softer in what sense?
Because now you can just be home and get everything on your own. You understand? Before it was a struggle to be what you are.
But before it was harder. Like, if we go way back, it was harder to actually find the music, and that's something that changed. Like,
Yeah.
it was maybe more specific to that particular DJ. Today, it's so easy to be updated, to know what's the latest release. You don't have to have contacts. I mean, like, I'm born 77. I was like a teenager in the 90s. I was like reading magazines from England to know what was up with
What's
music.
going on, yeah.
Yeah, because there was no internet. Like
Yeah, you're
internet
right,
was just starting to happen when I was like 14, 15. So that's a big difference.
Big difference.
But I also feel that like being a DJ is more than just having the latest tunes or like knowing exactly, like being very skilled, because it's really about flavor. Like everything else, like dancing as well, is flavor.
It's a flavor in you that
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's not easy to make people happy on the floor.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I think it's something about like how people, also the joy they bring into their
Into their-
DJing.
yeah.
You see if it's someone just like doing their job,
It's just doing their
Yeah.
job, but they feel
or if it's someone that's vibing on it.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Wow, that's a good story. That's a good. So I want us to go little on the challenges you found starting being a DJ. As a young girl at that time, it was only guys doing what you're doing. Then you wake up in the morning, you say, you know what? Why it has to be men? I want to be that. So you wake up in the morning, you started a dream that now you're doing. So what was that challenge? If your mom had you that, Mom, I want to be a DJ. From your friends, what's that? Their feeling? What was their reply?
I mean, when I actually had this idea, like I said, we stormed down. The reaction was very positive, and I found other girls that were doing the same thing. So in one way, I've had a very supportive surrounding,
Around.
but in other ways, it's sometimes I feel still women aren't always considered professionals, like capable. Men very often try to help me with things that I'm like, I know how to do this. I appreciate the help, but
I know what
stop
to do.
touching my stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I also think the biggest challenge has been overcoming the inner voice, the voice inside of me that's telling me like that I wasn't taking myself seriously. There was like a small part of me that was still like, no, but
Backing
I'm
up
just
with
like, I'm not a DJ. I just play some tunes. Like I was kind of minimizing myself.
Minimizing yourself, yeah.
And I think that women, we do that to ourselves a lot because we're taught that we're
Yeah.
not as
Same
capable.
mentality, yeah.
So
You're
it
right.
sticks with us, but we have to overcome that, and we have to go for it. And whenever I feel like, but I'm not that good, and Vanessa Marco is so much better, or whatever, I'm feeling Frida High Rave, you know. I'm just like, yeah, but there's plenty of guys doing it that are not as good as me. So,
Yeah.
so I don't have to always compare myself to the best. I can also compare myself to, like, I can also say there's a space for me, and just like if you start doing it, you will be better at it.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to prepare everything at home, and the first time you are in public, it has to be perfect. It's not like, it's fine to
Fine, yeah.
find a space where you can like grow.
Process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That was nice. That's why. That means you had a heart. You say, you know what, I'm going for this.
yeah,
And you did it.
yeah. Because I love music. I
Congratulations.
think that's why.
So I want to ask you, when you started, you say you started, it was mostly dancehall. When Afrobeat came in, what do you think? Do you think Afrobeat brought something?
This is the big thing. There's a lot of talk in dancehall too, that Afrobeat is killing dancehall and like the differences.
You were a
and-
DJ, you were always on the timetable, doing things. You're always 100 people. You have been in front of many people now playing.
yeah.
Tell us, what do you think? If you play Afro songs and Afro this, tell us, what do you think?
I think it's a little bit hard sometimes to play dancehall in Sweden because, first of all, there's a way to play dancehall, the Jamaican way, that is not, we cannot do it here because it's a very particular way. And also because people don't have the same knowledge. And now Afrobeats is completely exploding. It's all over. I was putting up flyers the other day, posters the other day, and behind me I heard all the people passing, and there was something about Burna Boy, and everyone was like Burna Boy, Burna Boy. Everyone. I even heard one guy pronounce Burna Boy like in complete Skånska, the dialect of this region. He was like Burna Boy. I was like, that's not how you say it. So I mean, like by now everyone knows.
Yeah, it's true.
By now, and when I say everyone, I mean like, okay, maybe not everyone, maybe not my father,
Yeah.
but on the countryside, like, but it's
Yeah, at
big,
least, yeah.
so it's easy to go to the Afrobeats and like maybe leave the dance hall a little bit because it's trickier, but it's also fun to play because it is trickier and it's a little bit more exclusive in some ways, like that thing I'm talking about,
Yeah.
like finding the tunes.
Finding the tunes.
Yeah, not everyone has that information. I mean, it's right there,
It's
but
there,
you
of course,
you need
yeah.
to go looking for it.
Yeah.
While Afrobeats is kind of like coming
coming to
crushing over us.
Oh,
But
wow.
which is nice. I'm happy for Afrobeats. I'm happy for Africa to have like, you know,
Their sound.
have this
Their
success.
sound,
Yeah.
you're right. Because it was not easy, but now at least
Yeah.
I feel the beat. I feel the beat too.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, guys, it's Kama Streets, Kampala TV 23. We have a DJ, a dancer. This is really crazy. Two talents in one person. So we're gonna continue. Let me hope you guys are enjoying. We're gonna go little on that side of the dance part. Then we see how is it. Then we're gonna come all of us and talk about it. So tell us the part of the dancing career.
The dancing career.
When
Well,
you started, where did you get your
I'm
laugh?
still like doing that thing. Like I'm not seeing it as a career. But I started dancing. I've always been dancing in the clubs.
Okay.
And I grew up very Swedish, very white. There was some hip hop, but not a lot. So I was like coming into the dancing through like, you know, rock and punk, and it's very
Too much
stumpy.
energy.
Yeah, you know. So with the hip hop, I started to like, you know, go a little bit lower in my body and started feeling another groove. And then like I was in the clubs all the time, and a friend suggested like, let's take some classes here in Malmö. We took some classes. It was female dance hall, a little bit more of the twerking and the whining. Any don't want to say any specific place on camera, but
Express yourself.
but no,
Express
I'm not gonna.
ourselves.
But that wasn't. That was a person that knows nothing about dance hall
About it,
and
yeah.
don't care about dance hall.
Yeah.
So I was taking some classes, like, and I was like, you know, using it in the clubs a little bit, but I wasn't really feeling it. And then my friends, they pulled me into. They were like, come, we're dancing for a Jamaican dancer. And I'm like, what? Really? They're like, yeah, he's a Jamaican guy. It's like a street party. You should come.
Yeah.
And I started, it's 3 years ago in June, in beginning of June. So it's almost,
years.
3 years ago.
Wow.
And
That is not a short period. It's a long period.
yeah, and I didn't know nothing about dancing, like dance school dancing. I didn't, like, I had this little from the not so great teacher, a little bit of it, but this whole thing of like counting and like doing choreographies. That was hard to say. Choreos.
Creos, yeah.
Just shorten it like that, and like remembering the moves and the steps and everything. I knew nothing about that, and I honestly didn't really understand what my body
going on,
my
yeah.
body and my brain was not connected. All I had was like that I love music and that I knew some of the songs from before, and I kind of knew about dancehall having like certain moves. And after some weeks, I was like, started. That's when I said, his name is Sri Lanka, my teacher. He's from Riffical Team. He's the CEO of Riffical Team, the leader of Riffical Team. Yeah. No, his team, his Jamaican team. It's called Riffical. And I started looking into it, and after some weeks, I was still going there every week, like, this is so fun. And then I was like, oh my God, he's really famous. He's really famous. He's really one of the biggest names in dancehall, in like the Jamaican dancehall. One of the people creating moves today. He teaches us new things that he just came up with.
I really see your stuff. So I'm like, wow, these people, you people are not sitting. You people have energy. That's why it's not easy.
Yeah.
Dance. I swear, it's not easy.
It isn't. It is.
It's too much energy.
Yeah, and you have to put a lot of flavor. His flavor, always flavor. No, but anyways, so that's when I realized that this is. It was actually my life was kind of like coming together because
Okay,
I've
that's
been
nice.
like, you know, DJing the dance hall, looking into to the Jamaican culture, but not really feeling like I couldn't really connect it. And then all of a sudden I'm there and I'm like, I am connected to this. Like I have these connections to
They
Kingston.
just come to you like this.
Yes.
Mm.
And like I think I like to dance in the club.
Yeah.
Always like to dance, and I think that's an advantage in a DJ.
Yeah.
But now it's like another level because I'm really like everything is connecting to each other, like the DJing with the dancing and yeah. So that's 3 years ago.
3 years
Yeah.
down, you're doing dancing. How have you found dancing? Like, how have you found it? Is it like you feel like it's nice?
It's the
Something you
best
want to-
thing. It's the best thing. Everybody should dance. Start dancing today. Start
Tell
dancing.
them.
Really. And why not support the local Jamaicans in Malmö?
Jamaicans, yeah, you're
Right now, I think Sidan from Exclusive is not here right now, I think. But he's a great teacher as well, great dancer, very influential as well. It's a very good place to start. And Sri Lanka, of course.
Yeah, but that's nice. That's nice. If you tell them maybe the area where the place is, maybe they're on Instagram, maybe if someone
Instagram,
wants
Instagram.
to check on,
Yeah.
then he can
Yeah.
check on the place. Malmo where?
N-
Exactly,
It depends. It's different. Like it's
Different
different places and different locations and different times. But you can always ask. Just write to them.
That's nice.
Like I heard about this thing, because dancing is really is the best thing. It's so good for you, for your like it's like therapy and meditation and exercise in one. It's and you really get to know your body, and I highly recommend it.
That's nice. So I want to ask you, we have been talking about your career, but someone will want to know your other life as a person.
Yeah, that's funny.
Do you have a day job? Like I go wake up in the morning and I go I work, then after I do, you're doing this only, you don't do anything else?
No, I'm not. The dancing is only taking my money. I'm not making no money from dancing. The DJing is bringing in, some money that I usually just spend on the dancing.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes right now. But it's really hard to make money from dancing, actually, which is sad because there's many great
Dancers,
talents that should really make more money. So I need to work as well. I have a day job. Yes, I'm actually a journalist from start.
You're a journalist.
Yes, I used to work in radio.
Oh my God. There is a lot to discover in you today.
I used to work for the Swedish radio.
Which radio is that?
It is Swedish Public Service.
Swedish Public
Yeah,
Service.
Sveriges Radio. Yeah.
Wow. So
But I'm not doing that right now.
You're not doing it
I
right
am
now.
getting back into the journalism, but that's like you will know when you will know.
we shall understand because we follow you everywhere.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, which are the common people, like anytime you want, you can get them, someone who is near you. You understand, like even though you text him, a DJ that is close to you, someone you say, whenever I get a problem about my DJ stuff, this is my first person I contact. It's like a mentor, someone who was a mentor to you.
I actually don't have one, and that's a little bit like, I mean, I know the guys now from like Spitting Fire and Sim and Bobo and that crew, and of course I ask them for some things every now and then, but I don't actually have anyone that's like my sparring partner, my sidekick, like the person, my educom, I don't know, like my friend that I'm like turning to. So I usually just figure it out on my own.
So how do you get these gigs I'm seeing every time?
Well, most of the time it's me. Of course people advance me. Like, I mean, now also I have Julia and Frida. So I can ask them for stuff too, and we always try to like support each other, of course. Julia, Juju, and she's also a dancer and a DJ.
Juju. Big up Juju.
So it's Frida, dancer DJ, Julia, dancer DJ, and me, dancer DJ.
That's nice. So I would like to know, those people would like to know, what's your hobby?
Well, this is my life basically. I don't have time for hobbies.
You don't have hobby?
No, I mean, like I'm dancing, I'm DJing, I'm trying to work a day job as well. Like it's
too much on you.
That's a lot. Yeah, I don't. Aside from that, I don't think there's time for anything else.
So What did you do on your free time?
What
If
free
you're not
time?
working, if you're not doing...
Like, what do you mean free time? I don't
don't
have
have
no
free
free time. There's
So
always
your
something
schedule,
going
there's
on.
always something you're doing.
There's always
Wow,
something
yeah,
going
because
on.
You have too much on you. You have
Yeah.
too much on you to do.
I'm also part of Feministisk Festival. That's the thing I worked with last time I had a proper employment. I was event coordinating the festival here in Malmö. That was this fall, a 3-day culture event with like seminars, workshops, concerts, DJs. So that's like, and that I keep that. I'm still part of that group, even if I'm not employed at the moment. So I mean, it's just that's the. I mean, like, there's no time. I try.
Time for that. So I want to ask you about your first time playing for a crowd more than 50 people. What was the feeling? Your first time, like maybe you are playing alone this side, but your first time to wake up in the morning and say, now I'm playing for the crowd. What was the feeling?
I am actually. It's just recently that I become calmer. I used to always get like stage nerves, even if it's a small crowd. But there's also it's not only nerves. It's also like the feeling when you start DJing, and you do something that maybe you've been preparing or practicing at home, and you nail it. It's like this adrenaline rush. And like sometimes I'm even shaking. Like sometimes I'm in the DJ booth shaking because I'm like,
And people are in front of you.
maybe they don't even notice because like hopefully they're just enjoying. But for me, it's like that rush of actually like trying to do something complicated, difficult, and nailing it. And I still get that kick.
Is it scaring being in front of people?
Not anymore. No,
Not anymore.
it used to be.
It used to be.
But also, yeah, no. With the DJing, sometimes I get nervous. Of course, it depends. When it's like, if it's a new setting, it's something new, it's the first time. Of course, it's a little bit more nerve-wracking. But I'm calmer with that now. But I also been like when I started dancing, because our teacher, he immediately, like after less than a month, he was like, we're gonna film, we're gonna put this on video, and then we're gonna put it on the World Wide Web. And I was like, no, because I was very camera shy.
Yeah.
I've done radio, I don't mind talking, and like, but like like doing photos and especially video was really scary for me. And we've done that since, I don't know, July, 3 years ago, 2020. So even that I'm overcoming now. Now I'm actually starting to be, before I was like forgetting things because I was so focused on the camera. Now I'm almost reaching the point where I'm like, I see you, let's go. Like, you know.
That's good, that's good. So what is that one challenge that you will never forget since you started doing DJ? That one challenge that you always like, that day I was fucked.
You mean like in a good way or in
a good way, like something happened to you and it's like a challenge?
I don't know. It's there's always like, there's so many things. But like I remember, and this was 2018, I think. And I got this gig at the food truck festival here in Malmö. And back then I was using the turntables, the vinyls, but still the MP3s. And I'm biking over. I'm super prepared. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna do this. And one of the turntables doesn't work. And I'm like, because it was here in Malmö, so I'm like,
yeah.
No, maybe it's the needles, it's the pickups, it's fine. I'm gonna bike home and get other ones. And I got back and and time was like, like this, and it was hot. It was 2018, that super hot summer, and I was like starting to sweat, and I was like, and then I just decided like it's fine because you can use like the computer as well. You can DJ only in the computer if you want. So I was like, it's fine. I'm just gonna do it with one turntable. And use the computer, and I made it work. And after some hours, actually, Vanessa Marco came up to me and said, "Hey, I really like what you're doing. Here's my card. I book DJs for Moriska Paviljongen.
Wow.
So let me know if you're interested in playing." And I was like, "Yes!"
The day, like everything, you
Yes.
feel like is dead. Finally,
Yeah.
you got good news.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
nice.
This actually, because I know her too now. But it was really one of those
Yeah.
times where you just like Because that's the thing. I think that's the common thing in all of this, like the dancing, the DJing, and also the journalism, especially radio, because I love live radio, is that you just have to make it work. It's a live situation. Like there's nowhere to run. You just have to do it. So I think that's why I like them, all of them. Like that's the thing that ties it together.
That's good. That's good. So which clubs do you play in Malmo here, most especially? Like in weekend, someone can find you. Which clubs do you play in mostly?
If I play in a club, it's usually Moriskan at this point. Yes.
At this point.
Yeah, but I played in Babel as well before, and I played somewhere else. But right now my mind is blank because that's it's been a while. And I play but that's not a club, you know. I play at Bell. I've been playing at Bell since the new ownership there, before COVID and everything. We actually, when it was just some weeks in, a friend called me and like, I know the new owners and they're looking for DJs. Do you want to come for a meeting? And I came over and I said, yes, I'm a DJ. I do Afrobeats, dancehall, hip hop, R&B. And he said, oh, nice, and you're a woman, that's nice. And I started playing there, and don't want to brag, but I think me and my friend Lynn, because I do have a DJ colleague now, I said like, that's one of my absolute best friends, Lynn. She's playing with me every now and then, but she's not as dedicated as me. like she's a really good DJ though. Her and me, I think we actually started the whole Bellies and Afrobeats place. So
that's impressive.
That's why I still play there, even if it's rowdy sometimes.
That's really impressive.
So that's why I'm like, that's my place, kind of like, you know, it's my sandbox where I get to test things and try out stuff and like, you know.
So I have that question I wanted to ask you. Where do you want to see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I think I want to do some kind of journalistic work on Jamaica and Kingston and dancehall. Maybe something like, because some of the things tie into also the Afrobeats and Africa in different ways. But I would like to, like I said, I'm thinking about starting up the journalism again, and I get better, bigger, more paying gigs as a DJ. For the dancing, I think I will still keep it as something I do for fun. I don't see myself ever making any money from it, because there's so many great dancers, and there's so many teachers great teachers. There's and I don't want to teach. I don't think that's for me. I feel it's better. You should always try to go to the source. Always try to dance for the Jamaicans if you want to do dancehall for someone that is from some part of Africa or connected to Africa. If you want to do Afrobeats, try to respect that it's a culture.
It's a culture.
Yeah.
I understand.
And if you don't have anyone in the city where you're living, you could always do online classes, and that's really like Instagram. It's so easy now. You go on Instagram and find someone you think is interesting, and just DM them and ask, do you do classes?
Yeah.
How much is it possible? Where are you at? Are you gonna go on tour?
Yeah.
Because some of them come to Europe on tours.
Yeah, it's true.
And even if you have no knowledge, you can do that. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is that they say, "Oh no," so then you're just like, "Okay, bye."
You just chill and okay, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can always ask. There's nothing wrong in asking.
That's good. So I want you to tell an inspirational word to someone who wants to be a DJ, someone who wants to start your career or to be a dancer. Can you give us some little word to someone who wants to be like you in few minutes, or someone is starting to do this? What inspirational words can you give to this person?
I mean, in some ways it's easier with the dancing because you can just check and find a class and start. Just start. In general, actually, just start. Don't overthink. Don't spend time getting the right gear or anything. There's apps that you can, if you want to DJ, there's apps and you can download them to your phone and you can just try it out a little bit on your phone. Because basically, this is the thing that no one ever says. DJing is super simple. It's just like you have one source of music, you have one source of music, and you have the possibility to slide in between them. Like, so you can like kill this sound on one and go to the other side. That's basically it.
Yeah.
Everything else is just flair. But DJing is really like having multiple sources of music and like mixing between them, going like, so you turn off the sound on one and go to the other one, or the third one, or whatever you're doing. That's basically what it is. So it's,
they should start.
yeah, and dancing is the same. You just like you just start, and you're never gonna get good at it if you don't start. You're never gonna learn something if you don't start. So
That's impressive. That's impressive. So I wanted to ask you, how does your parents or your family sees you now as a DJ?
as a DJ, I think my family.
See that?
I think my family is still confused sometimes about my life. That like, what is she doing actually? What's
It's really important. Family, I don't know. Yeah.
like they're not disapproving, but they're like, we don't understand. But I did actually DJ at my nephew's, my sister's son. He graduated just some weeks ago, and I was the DJ at his graduation party. And we differ a bit in our taste in music, so it was a big honor still that they trusted me to do it. Yeah, and it seems everyone enjoyed it. So
Then that's a good sign.
yeah. There was a little bit. The nephew wasn't super happy for a while because I was playing for the older people, because I was doing like 50s, 60s Motown, the soul. Because I do that too. Actually, I keep forgetting things. I do. It was a bit of a like, and I'm like, look at them, they're super
They're so
happy. He's like, okay, fine.
But it's my graduation.
Yeah, exactly. Then he was back
his
to
day,
like
yeah.
whatever 18, 19-year-olds like living in the countryside.
That's good. So if someone wants to connect with you, someone who doesn't know you, you understand, can you tell them your social media where they can find you?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram as PETROLARSON.
Okay.
That is petrol, like gasoline, petrol, the thing you put in your car, and arson, like fire, because my name is PETROLARSON, and if you pronounce it fast.
So it's the same name on Facebook?
No, on Facebook it's actually different, but it's better to find me on Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, it's easier.
That's nice. That's nice. So I would like to ask you something here. It's not part of our interview. It's something little. Money or sex?
Money or sex?
Yeah.
If I have to choose,
To choose one of them.
if like my options are no sex for the rest of my life, or
1 million, you will not have sex again.
I would never accept the money. 1 million never have sex. No, I'm sorry. It's
US dollar.
no. There's no. I don't think there's a no.
So you didn't choose. What are you taking? Money?
No sex. I choose sex in that case.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. So you're gonna say goodbye to our people.
Kind of put me on the spot there.
No, I didn't say anything. I just asked the question.
Oh, but come on. What kind of
That was-
like I want to live happy with a man. How do I do that? Like
Yeah,
the-
it's true.
like I know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Why do you think friends end up in a bad way these days? It's hard to have a good friend. Why do you think friends, like you have a friend, like why do everything end up bad in friendship?
You think everything ends up bad in friendships?
It's common. Why do you think it's like that now?
I think in every friendship, every relationship, you just need to try to every now and then, if things go bad, you need to like just breathe and take a step back and think about like your own part in it and try to understand the other person and see if it's possible to talk about it. And if you do that, I think it shouldn't be so hard. I mean, maybe I don't. This is
On
your
your
opinion.
side, on your
This is
side,
your
yeah.
opinion that it's hard. I'm not sure. I think it's harder these days. But maybe people are afraid of conflict, and sometimes conflict is just a sign that you're getting to know each other, or like you want to get to know each other. Like you want you get upset because you don't understand, but you want to understand. Because if you don't want to understand, you'll just walk away, right? If you're like, oh, I don't like you, I don't like this thing, I don't want to know what it's about, you're just going to leave. But if you stay and talk or scream or like fight, you're in some, at least in some way, invested in the, like you want to figure it out. Yeah. But it's important to like, you know, back away from that, not stay in the screaming and the stress and the like to like calm down.
That's nice. That's nice. So, what's your program? What's your plan? Where are you going to play in next 2-3 months, 2 weeks? Where someone should find you in case you're gonna play here, maybe this Saturday and next Saturday.
Yeah, well, tomorrow I DJ at Bell, but tomorrow I think, I don't know when this is gonna be online.
No, it's like in the evening tonight.
Okay, so tomorrow I'm at Bell.
Next weekend, yeah.
Tomorrow I'm at Bell. Next weekend there's a big thing in Folkets Park. I'm not gonna DJ, but I'm part of like of the organization. But it's actually Julia and Frida Irave and Juju that's pulling it all together. And it's called a Caribbean Thing. And it's gonna be like during the day and in the evening in Moiskan, and it's both dance workshops and clubs and showcases and everything. Like, so it's going to be really nice. So I'm going to be busy with that. That's my 2 coming weekends.
That's nice. So tell goodbye to my people. Say your last name again. Then we close up this.
Okay. Yeah. So, well, I'm still DJ PETROLARSON, but also the dancer PETROLARSON.
Yeah, it's true.
And I just want to repeat that, like, especially if you're a woman or a girl, and you're thinking, no, I can't do that, stop that. Don't think like that. Just go for it. Try it. And it's okay to fail. That's part of success. You only learn if you push yourself. Even if you fail, you're trying your boundaries. You're pushing yourself. And that's good. That's how you grow. So don't be scared of making a fool out of yourself.
That's true.
It's important to just do stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's true. So that's good. I wanted to ask you, how many projects have you been in, like music videos that you have been in?
Yeah, videos, proper videos,
proper videos.
Dance videos.
Yeah.
Yes, it's 20, I think.
20, okay.
Yeah.
Can you give us like 5 of them? Or 3, the one you remember?
No, I think I remember all of them. If I remember the project, I remember the song.
Yeah.
The very first one was Like I'm Superman with Vibes Cartel and Sika Rhymes.
You hear that? That's Vibes Cartel.
Yeah, and then I remember when Sri Lanka came with Tiva Savage. All over, and I was like, oh my God, we're doing all over, because I love that song. I'd been DJing it for a long time. So that's some of them, and then like there's a lot of the dancehall songs. We did this nice video with like 4 different, like chronological dancehall thing that you should check out. It's 4 styles, but it's very nice. There's many artists, but the last one was we did Glock 40, me and Emma, my dance.
Was that?
It was just like some weeks ago. And the Glock 40 is Valiant, which is like, you know, one of the biggest artists right now in dancehall.
That's nice. The another question I wanted to ask is really important. What is the relationship between a musician and a DJ? What does a DJ add to the music industry?
Well, that's interesting actually. I think what the DJ adds is like the spreading of this music, like the promotion basically of the. I mean, for the value for an artist of a DJ is of course the promotion, that like you get publicity, you get exposure, people hear your songs. Then there's of course some DJs that actually do remixes and stuff like that, and then you're to me a little bit more of an artist again, because then you're starting to
you're adding
your own artistic thing to it. But
who needs who?
Who needs who? Both need. It's we need each other. I mean, I have nothing to play because I'm not. That's one of the talents I do not possess. Like I can make a simple beat, yes, but I cannot sing to save my life. Oh, you know, nowadays we could fix that. There's always that, you know, there's ways to fix things.
Yeah. So that means
You know why I stopped now? Because I was like, I could totally see myself being on a track somewhere in 5 years, just because my life seems to be crazy. My life seems to go this way. That like if you had asked me 5 years ago if I would be dancing doing dance videos with a Jamaican teacher that's like, and post them on Instagram, I would have said, you are kidding me. That there's no way that would ever happen. And now I'm living that.
You're living your dream.
So I'm like, I'm not even gonna say like I'm never gonna be on a tune, because I might as well, you know. I don't know.
Yeah. So this one, how many countries have you traveled yet?
Not so many, actually. This is one of the things that I really, really feel I wish I could travel more. But the problem is also, once I go somewhere, I get a connection to that place, and I don't want to go back. Like now I want to go back to Jamaica because I was there.
You are there in Jamaica,
yeah. But my big thing is actually that I really want to go to some place in Africa, because I've never been in Africa. No, I never.
Wow, you should.
I've been to the Canary Islands. It's outside of Africa. It's not technically not Africa even. So, but no, I never been. I've been to Malta. It's almost. I mean, I was right there, but I no, but I would love to go to.
So that means you have not traveled so much.
No, I've never been in any parts of Asia. Never been in Africa. I've been in the United States, never South America. Yeah. So yeah, I have a lot of traveling left.
Yeah.
You
have a lot to do.
Yes, I have a lot to do. I feel like that too. I have so much to do.
I understand. It's HKARMA Streets, Kampala TV 23. We're gonna close. I got you, right? That was nice. I got your attention there. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for subscribing, commenting. And thank you for giving us your time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate for your time.
I appreciate it.
And our people, it's Kampala TV 23 with your boys HKARMA Street. And goodbye for this one. Take care and bye-bye. Close.